What's going on, everyone? Dom from the Game Looters here, bringing you another Shin Megami Tensei 5 video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the 3 different updates that have occurred in Shin Megami Tensei 5. If you have recently updated your game or noticed that it updated, you are now on version 1.02. So what did those changes actually do to your game? Did they mess you up? Did they mess up your run? Or are they just quality of life stuff? Well, really, I think that they are just quality of life changes, but we're going to go ahead and take a look into those 3 changes here today. So let's go ahead and jump into Shin Megami Tensei 5, and I'll show you guys exactly what changes were made to SMT5. So we're jumping in right here. So right now I am I'm in Tokyo Tower, okay? So the first change that was made, again, most of these are just quality of life changes, but the first one that was done, guys, is you know what? Let's look at brightness first, because this is the first one. So we now have the brightness meter and brightness level. So right now we're right at the dab in the middle. So you guys can come and effectively change your brightness. So if we were to change this all the way down, this is going to be like the minimum brightness that you can have. Now I don't know if default brightness was maybe too bright, because there's a lot of, especially here in this area, in like the Taito area, there's a lot of like sand and stuff. It's very bright and it can be quite distracting. Also too, I do want to call out that in the warehouse field and in the demon's castle, it is kind of red. It gets very red, so at times you may have to adjust your contrast and stuff. Similar to what I did on my actual television when I was playing the game originally, as I had to kind of adjust my saturation and contrast on my TV, because it was just so red, it actually did hurt my eyes a little bit, especially because in that area there is a lot to explore. So let's look at the opposite of that. So that was minimum brightness. We'll look at maximum brightness here. Again, nothing's affected in the menus. It's just when you come out and play. And then we have this, and it's like, this is really ugly. This is completely washed out here. But again, the options are here if you're sensitive or insensitive to certain light or brightness. So let's go ahead and set that back. And then we're going to look at the second change that was done in the patch 1.02. So we'll set this back to the minimum. Boom. That looks good. We're going to go back to options. So the second one that was done is your field of view. So as you guys see here, we now have the field of view option. So if you look right there, and we have this slider. So right now, you're on the minimum field of view. So what minimum field of view means is basically like how close or how far away you are. So if you guys are playing on your handheld, right, you may want a really deep or really long field of view so you can see more of what's surrounding you. Or you may want to be closer because it might be hard, just depending on which way you play the game. So right now we have it set up at the minimum field of view, but let's go ahead and switch it to the maximum field of view, and you guys will see the change actually occur real time. So we're going to go back out, and as we see here, we have now the maximum field of view. So as we see here, like, we're able just to see more of the world kind of expanded out. So if you're playing, let's say, on your TV, like on your large TV, you may want to expand your field of view, which makes it easier to see some of the different things on the map. You may be able to see like certain places you can climb. There's a lot of very complicated areas to find and unlock as you're trying to get the abscesses and things like that. So this might be very, really a good option for you. I'm going to go ahead and switch it back though to the minimum. But again, you can mess around with this slider, and really there's no right answer here. It's just whatever is going to be better for your play. And finally, let's look at the last one, which is the Demon's Castle. Let's go over to the Demon's Castle, and I'll show you guys that. Okay, so now we're here at the Demon's Castle, and this is the last thing that was modified for the patch, outside of just, stability stuff, for frame rates and things like that. So the last thing that was updated here are these fans. Now, depending on how your experience went, this is my 3rd playthrough, and I've never had really that much of an issue with the fans, but I will admit that they are kind of annoying. So what they did is they basically adjusted the timing of the fans. So I picked this specific spot here because it's kind of like one of the difficult areas that you need to go ahead and manage through. So if you guys look at the fans right here in the background, you guys will see that the fans there, they adjusted their timing slightly to give you more of an appeasal to be able to go and kind of make it across the different fans across this specific area. And I'll see if I can show it off a little bit more. So let's go through these fans here. So if we look at the timing of these fans, we see that simply we can come across and run through these fans no problem. And they simply just kind of adjusted the timing. That way it just allows you just a little bit more time to be able to make it across the fans. So this also does generate, and this does go through this section of fans, which I think they might be the ones down here. I can't really remember. But they allow you to also go through these fans here, right? And these ones here are the ones to where you can have simply just kind of run through. Those aren't the fans I was looking for, but there's a set of fans that is extremely annoying, right? And those fans are the ones where you have to kind of come, and then you have to kind of like go to the next one, stop a little bit, go to the next one, stop a little bit. So again, they just simply adjusted the timing a bit just so that it can allow you to be able to get across these fans. And again, like I said, you know, depending on how your playthrough went, this may have been annoying, this may have been easy. Again, for me, it was a little bit annoying, but it was nothing that was like, again, game-breaking or game-changing or anything like that. So this is just simply something that, again, is a quality of life change that you may or may not have even cared about. And if you're past this, it doesn't really matter. This is just a quality of life thing for people who are going to come back to this area or who may be on their New Game Plus. It just makes it that much easier. And sometimes, you know, a little easier is okay. If this change is not for you, then that's okay. You know, this is just for others. But let me know what you guys think about all of these different updates within patch 1.02 down in the comments below. Thank you guys for being here for another SMT5 video. Let me know what you guys think about all those things in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.